Hi everyone, welcome back to our lecture for today. It's chapter 9. It's about e-commerce, digital markets, and digital goods. We will discuss today e-commerce from different perspectives, starting to understand the main characteristic of e-commerce, which are reflecting the advantages that e-commerce has. Then we will explain diverse business models and its revenue models used in e-commerce today. Not all, but the most popular. And then we will introduce marketing methods and strategies in e-commerce, which took a significant place in the internet at the last years. Then we will move to discuss how transaction in business-to-business realized in e-commerce environment. Introduction to mobile e-commerce will also be given because mobile commerce become one of the most important means of e-commerce today. And finally, we will discuss the main issues related to build an e-commerce website, which is the main tool used today in e-commerce. To give you an overview about the importance of e-commerce and why it is deserved to introduced or discussed as a complete lecture in our course, this table gives us financial key values related to e-commerce for the top 10 economies worldwide and for the world in 2018. This table is published by United Nations Trade and Development website. E-commerce sales reached about 25.6 trillion globally in 2018, up 8% from 2017, according to the latest available estimates released today by the UN's Trade and Development body. Imagine this number, almost $26 trillion. To compare, United States gross domestic product, GDP, is about $20 trillion, $6 trillion more. To demonstrate how e-commerce is powerful for the economy worldwide, look at the share of the e-commerce in the total GDP of South Korea. It makes up about 84% of the total gross domestic product. E-commerce is definitely one of the main economy drivers of any modern society today. I try now to explain the concept of e-commerce in simple words. E-commerce actually transforms the way how business is conducted, and consequently, e-commerce can be seen as processing of business processes via networks, and usually the network is the World Wide Web, which means trade on the internet. The term e-commerce is nowadays associated with advertising, buying, or selling conveniently from your own computer, tablet, or smartphone. The great advantage at this point is that you can work or shop comfortably from home or on the go. E-commerce is not only trading on the internet, but also includes online banking, customer service area, which are today largely handled by social networks such as Twitter, Facebook, or WhatsApp. Advantage for seller. The business transaction can be executed with almost no delays. In addition, a much larger target group can be reached. Thanks to many targeting options can be specifically addressed and used in a fine-grained manner for the address group. Search engines like Google can also advertise and sell for small merchants worldwide without their own physical stores. The same also offered by sales portals such as Amazon, eBay, or Google Shopping. As a customer, you have the option of accessing a much larger pool of products and comparing prices much more easily than in classical physical stores. Mispurchasing or bad purchasing can be minimized through product rating and customer reviews. Customers and sellers alike can use various online payment options. Most important technology foundations support e-commerce is, first of all, internet-based models for computing, such as cloud computing, software as a service, and Web 2 technology also reduces the cost of websites to build e-commerce websites. In addition, e-commerce software allows customized e-shop websites and electronic payment and mobile apps and so on. E-commerce transforms the way how business is conducted, as we said before, and therefore it allows new business models that cannot be realized without the internet, like transport sharing, like Uber and Careem, or selling of digital goods like music, movies, or digital newspapers. And also new business models for advertising and marketing in general. That is a new way how to make marketing. E-commerce allows much more of business models, and you can also realize your own business model and operate it with your own business idea. Why not? This slide and the next 7, we will discuss the reasons for the rapid growth of e-commerce, namely the features or characteristics of the internet and e-commerce, which are richer and more powerful than the previous technology revolutions like radio and TV. The 8 features of the internet are ubiquity, global reach, universal standards, richness, interactivity, information density, personalization and customization, and finally, social technology. Ubiquity means that internet and web technology are available everywhere: work, home, on go, traveling, and at any time, which lead to enabling marketplaces independently from temporal and geographical aspect and making trading for customers more convenient and cost efficient. Global reach is a logic consequence of Internet ubiquity, which enables commerce across cultural and national boundary seamlessly and without any modification. Marketplace includes potentially billions of consumers and millions of businesses worldwide. Targeted customer can be defined here, advertised, and delivered with desired services and products. So you can reach customer overall in this world. Marketplaces over the Internet require universal technical standards of the Internet and e-commerce. Universal standards allow disparate computer systems easily to communicate with each other in order to, for example, to reduce market entry costs. Market entry costs that merchants must pay to bring goods to the market, and also to get lower consumers' search costs, including all efforts required to find suitable products. And also to support electronic payments. For all these e-commerce activities, we need technological standards to be valid overall in the Internet worldwide. Richness in terms of variety of possible contents that Internet supports in order to reach so much as possible of audience. This contents could be messages with text, audios, or videos that can be streamed simultaneously to a large number of people. Website nowadays becomes dynamic and allows interactivity. E-commerce technologies are interactive, meaning they allow for two-way communication between merchant and consumer. All of these activities are possible on an e-commerce website. Interactivity allows an online merchant to engage a consumer in a way similar to face-to-face experience, but on a massive global scale. Information density in the matters of availability of large information to all market participants in order to get greater price and cost transparency. So the consumer can now make price and cost comparison, and also to get information about the product and seller service quality through, for example, evaluation of reviews and product ratings. In addition, information density enables merchants to provide discrimination. Price discrimination is a selling strategy that offers consumers different prices for the same product or service based on market current requirement and historical customer purchasing behavior. In pure so-called price discrimination, the seller charges each customer the highest possible price that customer can pay. Come now to the feature personalization and customization. We will start first with personalization. Sometimes personalization and customization are exchangeable. So, normally personalization linked to how to adjust or adapt the website's appearance of the websites or the content of it, and customization more related to product and services offered by the merchant, how to reassemble them and to make customized order. So for personalization, merchants or consumer can change the appearance and contents of the websites to match customer wishes, depending on customer's behavior or customer profile, or providing the registered customer web tools to personalize their own websites, like select and present me always just new science fiction movies, or simple changes like changing the site's background color. With personalization, merchants can target their marketing ads to specific individuals by adjusting the ads or messages to a person's clickstream's behavior, interests, and past purchases. In contrast to personalization, customization has a more focus on the offered product and services in the websites. Customization allows changing the offered product or service based on user preferences. Customer can reassemble desired car or computer, for instance, and see the product from different views. Prices are automatically calculated and the complete purchase order is represented in real time. With the interactive nature of e-commerce technology, much information about the consumer can be gathered from the marketplace regarding current and past purchases, and also regarding customer behavior in the past. For example, which products site are visited by the customer in the last 2 weeks. This information can be automatically evaluated and used by online merchants to propose or offer the customer suitable product or services. The new internet and e-commerce empower users to create and distribute contents on a large scale and permit users to program their own content consumption. Social media contents can be used to evaluate users' opinion about products, services, or company, to be evaluated and in order to improve business performance of companies, for example. We discuss now some of important key concepts that affect digital markets of the way companies conduct business. From a finance aspect, digital markets reduce the following costs. Costs of information asymmetry, cost of search costs, transaction costs, and manual costs. So let's starting first to explain information asymmetry cost. When one party in a transaction has more information that is important for the transaction than the other party. For instance, same product is not always described in the same way by different websites of different merchants. Uh, Search costs, that means the effort to find suitable product. And transaction cost is the cost of participating in market when, for example, a purchase order is executed. Manual cost, merchants' cost of changing prices. Manual costs in economics refer to the cost to a commercial enterprise resulting from a price change. For example, there is no need to print new product catalogs in paper formats every time when the product price is changed. The term here originates from the catering business. When a restaurant changes its prices, it has to design and print new menus that costs money. From technological aspects, digital marks enable price discrimination. This means selling the same goods or nearly the same goods to different targeted groups at different prices depending on evaluation of customer profiles and how much he or she can pay. Dynamic pricing, the price of a product that varies depending on demand characteristics of the customer or the supply situation of the seller. We can observe this phenomenon in some e-stores where the price of a product changes depending on, for example, the number of the items and or laying time in the warehouse. Disintermediation, this means the removal of organizations or business process layers responsible for intermediary steps in a value chain. There is no need for intermediate organization to reach customer or to find a supplier. This graphics illustrates how this intermediation reduces prices to consumers. It also allows manufacturers to earn more profit for the product by eliminating the middleman. Nevertheless, Amazon, for instance, as distributor and retailer, Amazon is still needed by many book publishers who can reach a wider audience through Amazon. Even though market intermediation sounds like a good thing because costs and price go down. But for the most parts required in manufacturing process, manufacturers kept their distribution partner and channels. Here we discuss the key concepts in e-commerce and focus on digital goods and how these compare with traditional goods. Digital goods that can be delivered over digital networks for downloading, not via physical logistic delivery. Example for these digital products, music tracks, videos, software, digital newspapers, e-books. The cost of producing a first or original unit is almost the entire cost of the product. Marginal cost of second unit is about zero. It's just a copy of the original one. Costs of delivery over the internet is very low. It's just the cost of the internet and downloading. Marketing costs of products in e-commerce remain the same. On the internet, the merchant can change prices as often as desired because of low manual costs. Industries with digital goods are undergoing and suffering from internet because of illegal trading of their digital goods and ignoring of properties and copyrights. They are required revolutionary changes of their business model to survive in the e-commerce. The types of e-commerce, B2C, that's what we, I think all of you knows, B2B, business to business, and C2C, customer to customer, and finally mobile commerce. E-commerce are categorized according to the nature of the participants, as you can see. Mobile commerce is a category based on the nature of the connection to the internet from mobile devices. B2B example, one place you can visit on the website is Grainger.com. Grainger is American source for industrial supplies and safety products. May be important for you at this time of Corona. Here we will introduce the most popular business models used in e-commerce environment. Again, a business model is a business idea or concept to generate profit. It's just description of the way how to earn money. So starting with portal. Portal simply like Yahoo, providing information, news, tools, and the revenue model of portal normally is advertising. Online retail stores, often called e-tailers, e-shops where a website functions as bricks and clicks storefront. Customers here only need to connect to the internet to check their products and place an order. The sale is here the revenue model. Content provider is related to intangible products like software, streaming of movies, music, or digital newspaper. The revenue model here varies from access fees, advertising, subscription fees, or freemium. Transaction broker, for example, the largest industries using this model are financial services and travel services. Online stock brokers and travel booking services charge fees that are quite less than traditional versions of these services in physical stores, for example. Revenue model here is transaction fee. Market creators build a digital market in which buyer and seller can meet, offer products, search for products, and negotiate prices. eBay and Amazon merchant stores are examples for this model. Normally, transaction fees are the revenue model. And last but not least, community provider is related mainly to social media, where people with similar interests can interact, sharing interests, photos, videos, and exchange of information. Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn as example of the community provider business model. Advertising, of course, here is the revenue model. Social networks become in the last years the main media for communication between people to exchange news, opinions, photos, and more. Business can use social media in different ways. So companies can communicate and interact with their customer by establishing their own social media site to serve customer and provide them with offers and company news. Customer might share their friends some of these offers or news so that company can gain new customers. Another way is to placing ads and advertising products to social media users depending on their comments. For sure, you have often wondered about offers in Facebook that you're really interested in. If someone heard and observed you. So I think Mark Zuckerberg sells your contents in Facebook to company to play their product just fitted for you. That's all. Another way is to see the opinions of the crowds in all comments written in social media to evaluate company services, product qualities, or the image of the company. Based on these opinions, companies can improve their services, products, or even to improve marketing strategies. Internet provides marketing people with new ways of identifying and communicating with customers. Long-term marketing, it is the ability to reach a large audience or address group inexpensively. Behavioral targeting, that's about tracking online behavior of individuals on thousands of websites. There are many analyzing approaches for that, especially related to data mining methods to analyze customer behaviors on the web, like web usage mining, click-stream analysis, sequence and text analysis, and more. Advertising format after identification of the address group include search engine marketing, display ads, and emails. This graphic illustrates how click-stream tracking works and what the store can tell about the activities of a shopper on their website. Extensive metrics exist for various types of user behavior, from the time spent on a web page to the number of products ordered and placed in a shopping cart, but not purchased. Evaluation of customer behaviors help the e-store people to offer shopper with similar product that shopper often search for, or even to improve the website structure to match users' behaviors. As you can see here, clickstream tracking can make some types of personalization possible. As we mentioned before, personalization is related to change appearance and contents of the websites to match customer behaviors. Some important changes brought to B2B e-commerce by Internet technologies, electronic data interchange, EDI. One of the most important technological standards provided in the Internet to support business transactions in e-commerce environment. It is about the way to exchange of standardized business messages like invoices, purchase order, and other. And this between business applications in the way that can be understood and processed directly by business applications. It is computer-to-computer communication or machine-to-machine communication. But note that the Internet and web technology enable businesses to create new electronic storefronts for selling to other businesses with multimedia graphic displays and interactive features similar to those for B2C business-to-consumer commerce. Alternatively, business can use Internet technology to create extranets or electronic marketplaces for linking to other business for purchase and sale transactions. So we will expand our extranet to include the intranet and also consequently to get a business partner to communicate with them with electronic data interchange, EDI messages. With EDI, we conduct business processes automatically between business partner to conduct business transaction. EDI is used by firms and their suppliers to automate transaction for both B2B e-commerce and continuous replenishment. Continuous replenishment when the level of inventory is decreased and automatically will be ordered by the supplier by using EDI messages. EDI is still widely used, but it has limitation outlined in the book and is not designed for supporting marketplace operations where you have hundreds of vendors and buyers. Private industrial networks typically consists of a large firm using a secure website to link to its suppliers and other business partners as extranet. The network is owned by the buyer and it allows the company to select suppliers, distributors, and other business partners to share product design and development, marketing, production scheduling, inventory management, and informations including graphics and emails. Another term for a private industrial network is a private exchange. This is another type of network supported in the internet technology and required in e-commerce. It is about net marketplaces. Net marketplaces, which are sometimes called also e-hubs, provide a single digital marketplace based on internet technology so that buyers and sellers can meet. Net marketplaces owned by independent mediator organization between buyer and sellers. Net marketplaces generate revenue from purchase and sale transactions and other services provided to the participants. Participants in the net marketplaces can establish prices through online negotiations, auctions, or requests for quotation, or they can use fixed prices. Exchanges are marketplaces and similar to net marketplaces, but specialized in specific industry sector, like automotive, chemical, or pharmaceuticals industries. Here we introduce the main concept of mobile commerce. It's about the use of wireless mobile devices for purchasing product and services. So mobile commerce can support location-based services, banking and financial services, wireless advertising and retailing, games and entertainment. Mobile commerce is especially well suited for location-based application and services. For example, using location-based intelligence, retail customers can quickly find their nearest store location. Local company can push ads and messages to individuals within the same geographic location. And also it can deliver real-time information such as traffic update and weather reports. The two most important challenges in building a successful e-commerce presence are, first, developing a clear understanding of business objectives, business model, and revenue model. Is it intended to be e-store with sales as revenue model, or platform as mediator for marketplace with transaction fees? Who are your target groups, etc., etc.? And two, it is very important to know how to select the right web technology to achieve those objectives. Web 2.0, for example, it is needed for interactive communications, or EDI technological standards needed to support transactions, and so on. Web design must reflect the objectives and the technology used to support the business in this case. Then a list of system functionalities and information requirements must be developed based on the business objectives. System functionalities are types of information systems capabilities are needed to achieve business objectives. The information requirements for a system are the information elements that the system must produce in order to achieve the business objectives. One of the most important decisions that managers in e-commerce makes concerns how to build the website. There are a number of options. While technology costs for building websites have been fallen dramatically, so have also the labor costs. There are now plenty for skilled web designers, programmers, and network administrators. Which options are most appropriate for particular kind of companies? What is best for a small business with a handful of employees? What is the best for a single individual freelancer with little technical experiences? What is the best for a medium-sized business with a handful of locations? All these factors are playing main roles to build or to making a decision for building a website. Another consideration is website budget. A small site may cost as little as several thousands, while a large corporate site may take several millions each year to operate. So there are 4 options for building and hosting websites. So to build a website that is specific project, to develop a website, to build the websites based on the given requirement and objectives. So after developing the websites must be operated and hosted. And therefore, there are 2 activities, and for these 2 activities, there are 4 options. Building the websites, it is one activity, and operating and hosting the websites, and this is a second activity. So for the building websites, there are the possibility to build the websites by your own programmers or developers in the organization. And also the hosting is the same. You can completely build in the websites in the organization and hosting it in-house. There are also the possibility to host the websites outside the organization, outsourcing the websites. So that is mixed responsibility to build the website in the organization and outsourcing it for professional application provider. And for outsourcing, it is the same, to outsource developing of the websites, but to host it on premises. Because many organizations, they have some concerns about securities and organization or business secrets. So they prefer to keep the websites in the organization. But for developing, they let some professional designer to develop the websites. And other organization like freelancer or individuals, they prefer mainly to build the websites by professional to outsource the development, and hosting also the websites outside the organization by professional application hosting provider. In this graphic, we can see here the main cost components to build a website, and all these numbers or statistics are gathered since the year 2000. The cost of hardware, software, and telecommunications for building and operating a website has fallen dramatically. At the same time, the cost of system maintenance and content creation have risen to make up more than the half of a typical website budget. The reason is providing content and 24-hour and 7-day operations are associated with intensive high costs. So we are at the end of our lecture for today. I hope that you have an overview about the concepts of e-commerce, and you are motivated to operate your own business model using e-commerce in the future. Why not? So see you next week, and keep safe, please. Ciao.